I started off painting, oil painting. I always loved the way that oil felt. I've always wanted to display more sculptural type work, and I've been working in some form of construction since I was 18. I wanted to use a lot of those materials that I use every day, but in a more freeing sense, so I take a lot of drywall plaster that's left over from jobs. I take a lot of leftover lumber, and I've been sculpting with those types of materials.
I shoot 4x5 because it helps me slow down. A lot of my work is a combination of photography and installation. So I go out into the desert, primarily the desert, and I set up these temporary sculptures. And so the camera really helps me slow down and look at what's going on. When I used to shoot these with digital or with even like a medium format film camera, it just felt like everything was too fast, and I wasn't actually there, and I wasn't actually like participating in this space. It sort of contrasts my tendency to be fast and quick and efficient, and it's a really inefficient camera. And so I really sort of gravitate towards that medium specifically.
A lot of my work is collage, photography, and painting. My background really is in photography, and it informs really kind of the foundation of everything I do. I started working with collage in a way where I was using shapes. And in the darkroom, the prints were so small and they were the negative of the positive composition. So I'm thinking a lot in terms of positive, negative space and form.
I think the places I gravitate most for my work are the places that are tricky. Out in the West Desert, where they're using this landscape for like salt mining mixed with hunting, mixed with agriculture, mixed with like weird religious places, mixed with like old indigenous land that's now been reappropriated and stolen, and it's like all this mix of place. I think the thing I like about that kind of landscape is that it's messy and it's pretty violent often, and yet it's totally quiet. And so I think I like landscapes that are contradictory or have dichotomies in them, but are more elusive that way, where we like drive through them and we think that they're beautiful, but in actuality they aren't what we've been told, or they aren't what we thought they were this entire time.
A lot of the inspiration comes from frustration that I feel like about situations in the world. So you'll see a lot of pieces about police brutality or racism. I think that's how it started for me, was just frustration. I needed a way to deal with that frustration that I was feeling towards the state of the world, and that's when I got serious about painting.
What I'm really trying to communicate is just stillness. I mean, it's almost a little bit meditative in that the positive and negative shapes kind of recede and come forward as you're looking at them. I'm really interested in really, minimizing everything, taking out everything that's not necessary. I have found that with art, I'm able to express myself more distinctly.
I want to generate things that excite me, and one of the things that excited me was learning about this landscape and how I was like maybe misinterpreting it, and then trying to reinterpret that and like teach myself about this place that I thought I had cared about, and keep doing that, and it's a continual process.
As an artist, you're always interested in form or material, or when you're excited about something, it leads into something else. And so I think my goals are to just continue to produce the work and see where it goes.
I just want to make the best work that I can. I want to make work that communicates clearly to people. You don't need to know art history to understand my paintings, or at least to feel something from the paintings. That's my biggest goal, is just to communicate as clearly as possible, just hopefully rile up some things in people's minds.
I think if I could have my dream, it would just be like having museum shows and doing lectures and doing like studio visits with people, students specifically. Like if I could do museum shows at universities, that would be my favorite thing.